Welcome back. Today we're going to be forging hopefully a tonto. I think that they're called tontos, T-O, but it's tanto, I think. I don't know how you pronounce it. But it's T-A-N-T-O. Tanto, I guess. We're going to be forging this thing out of rebar. I believe I have 1/2 inch rebar that I will be using. Hopefully I have enough. And we're going to get started. So, stay along. All right, so I believe this is actually 3/8. The 1/2 inch rebar I have is not big enough. So we're gonna be using this. I believe this is 3/8 inch rebar though. Also, I did not make these. We got these off of Amazon. These are tongs. I don't even know what they're called. I don't even know the right name for them, but they're called tongs. But they have like a first name. Yeah, it works really good. So we're gonna be making this tanto or tonto. I believe that the blade will be about 10 inches, and then the handle will probably be about handle will probably be 5 or 6 inches also, and that'll just be wood. So for metal, if I'm making a 6-inch handle, it'll probably only be a 4-inch tang. So I only need to draw out about, what is that? Yeah, 14 inches. My math doesn't math usually. I believe it's 14 inches I have to draw out entirely though. So yeah, let's get going. Okay, so we got it forged out to length, and now it's time to start forging the top and bottom, or the sides of it. That's what I will call them. The sides of it, we're going to start forging kind of flat, just so then I don't have to do that much sanding on the belt sander. We're going to see if we can make it look like a tonto or a tanto. Alright, now we got it all forged out, we're going to start working on beveling it while forging, beveling it. If you don't know what that is, that means I get this hot and I start making the edge on the anvil still before I go to the belt sander. It makes it a little bit easier on me and on my belt sander. Okay, so we got it all forged down and everything. It's straightened out, and I'm going to let it cool down, and then we can start sanding it on the belt sander. All right, here it is so far. Time to start grinding on it. Okay, so this is what I was going for right here. This tonto, Japanese tonto. But it looks, First of all, it looks a little different, mainly because it's just bigger. And it looks like a butter knife or a meat cleaver. I don't like how it looks. I want it to look more like a sword, so I'm gonna go with this one right here, actually. So I'm gonna redesign it, and I'm gonna put the curve. I'll put the curve in later, but I'll put the bend or the point in this, just so then I can make it look like a sword, kind of. But yeah, this is called a modern tonto, 10.5-inch blade. So we're gonna do that instead of doing the old style tonto. Watch, careful, careful. Ready? You ready for this? Ready? All right, here we go. Now we're gonna clean it up with this belt, and then after that we will use the new belt. Boom. All right, so here's the knife so far. It actually looks super good. I love how this looks. But it is time to start working on the handle, and we're going to be doing a hidden tang with a guard. So we're going to take right here, you know, this top, and we're gonna push it up a little bit. We don't wanna push up too much because I want a thick tang. And then it'll just barely whittle down until it's pretty thick still back here. And then we're gonna do a brass guard, most likely a brass guard, and a wooden handle, hidden tang with 1 pin. That's the general how they were made. Actually, they did have a habaki, which is this thing. I won't do a habaki, excuse me. I won't do a habaki, I think it's called habaki, because I don't know how, I've never done it, and I don't want to try it on this, because I want this to just hopefully, oh my gosh. And I won't do it on this because I want this to look as good as I can get it, just knowing what I can do. So we're going to clean this up a little bit, and a lot of it, and we're also going to inset the tang just a little bit, so then the guard can slide up there, and it's pretty much all hidden. Like the holes that I drilled for the guard to fit to the tang. So we're going to get this done, and when we get the tang done, that'll probably be it for tonight, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow. But let's keep going tonight. All right, it is time to quench the knife. This is the knife so far. We got it ground really good. And now it is time to quench it. We're gonna be quenching this in water because that is what rebar should be quenched in, because it is a mild steel. So we're going to quench this and hope for the best. Let's go. I'm gonna temper this knife, and I will see you guys. Actually, I'm gonna go put this in the oven, and then I'm gonna start working on the handle probably. So I'll see you guys when I start sanding or working on the handle. All right, here we go. This is gonna be the piece of wood we're using. I don't know what kind of wood it is. It's super light. I hope it's sturdy enough, but we're gonna cut this down to size, which would be about 6 inches, and then we can start working on the belt sander and shaping it out, and then hopefully get it drilled soon. So let's do that. Okay, so we got the handle here. I like it. It is time to drill the hole. I don't know the actual size of it, so I'm gonna just do a guesstimate with the drill bits, and we'll probably go a little smaller than I think it is actually. And then when I get the knife out of the temper, we can test it. All right, well, I got the knife out of the temper, and it does have a curve in it. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera. It has a pretty big curve on it, I would say. But I just don't want to break it right now, especially in the middle of the video. I would be pretty sad. So we're just gonna start working on the handle, and so we got the block here, and we're going to just see if I can't drill this hole. It does look like it has to be a little bit longer or taller, so I will do that, and then we can get this thing close to done tonight, hopefully. But we got a little bit more we gotta drill out. But it looks like it was about the right drill bit size. So let's keep drilling. All right, it is the next morning. I have our torch here, and we're going to burn through the handle. I have to vibe to this song, I'm sorry. So we have the handle done enough to where I had already drilled into with the drill bit, and the drill bit is not long enough to do the rest of the handle. So we're going to do a burn through handle, not burn through, a burn in handle. So we're going to just heat up the end of this tang, and we're going to just push this into there and get it to go in, and then hopefully it'll go all the way up to here, and we'll go from there. All right, so we're going to be using this block of wood for the guard. I hope it'll be good enough, or be good. So let's put on the bell sander and start sanding this thing down. I didn't video any of that, so sorry. Let's put the hole in the guard. All right, now it is time to drill the hole for the handle. And actually, yeah, we're gonna drill the hole, and then we can get the knife cleaned up and then glue the handle, and then we'll be really close to being finished. All right, let's clean this knife up. All right, so we got the knife pretty much finished up. All we have to do is glue this up, and then we'll be done with the knife. All right, let's start. perfect. I can't find my nail. No! Yeah, bro, there it is. All right, it is time to finish the knife, which is just gonna be a little bit left on the belt sander, and then we will be done.